Hi, everyone. It's Erin Jones with Dallas Professional Women. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, we are continuing with our Learn Something New session, and I have the amazing Priya Patel. Priya wears so many different hats, and as you know, with Dallas Professional Women, we celebrate all the different hats that our members and everyone wear. So remember, we are an organization that celebrates all of the different pieces of you, all of the different things that you have to offer. And so today, Priya Patel is going to be walking us through a couple of pieces, and she's going to be on here multiple times, going through all of the different talents that she has. But I'm going to go ahead and introduce and give her the control so she can let you know about her awesomeness. So give me one moment. All right, Priya, you are on. Go ahead.
Hey everyone, I am so happy to be here with you for this Learn Something New series and share a little bit about some of the hats that I wear. Today, our hat that I will be leading off with is mindfulness and meditation, something that is absolutely needed, not just in this time, but truly in every day of our life. And so, a little bit about me. I am the founder of a company called The Intention Table, where we bring our body into recovery with tools, as well as tools for mindful eating. And so, what better way to start off a mindful meditation series than to do a little bit of meditation? So, this is something that you can do. So if anybody has heard of meditation or mindfulness, um, they may know that there is a variety of different ways that you could practice it. It could be through mindful walking, mindful eating, mindful listening. Today, we're going to do a little bit of mindfulness practice of sensation in our bodies and checking in with what we can feel and what we can notice, because the definition of mindfulness is a present moment observer of yourself without judgment. So that without judgment piece is something that often gets disregarded, because as human nature is part of our existence, judgment is a part of our existence too. So we're almost training ourselves with mindfulness to notice what we're noticing without judgment. And so what better way than to ground down for a few minutes wherever you are, whether it's in the car, whether it's at your desk, whether it's at home, outside. And it's about becoming aware of what your senses can see, touch, smell, feel. And then from there, maybe closing your eyes and coming inside of your body. And from there, noticing any emotions that might be there, any sensations. And that is a beautiful mindfulness practice that you can really take anywhere. And so I'd love to guide us through a short session so that you can see how simple it can be without it having to be this, I can't quiet my mind, I can't quiet my thoughts, because here we're giving ourselves actually something to do. And so at this moment in time, if anybody wants to join in, or if they're going to watch the replay, would like to join in, basically take a moment to establish a way that you would like to take this practice. That could be standing, that could be sitting in a chair. Maybe you choose to sit on the floor, or if you're laying down, know that you can stay there. And then from this place of making a choice of how you'd like to start, you can begin to explore with your eyes what they see. So taking a moment to notice the colors in your environment, you can notice the shapes, textures, sizes, and colors, and really beginning to explore your own environment, wherever you may be. And you can stay with that, letting your eyes scan what you notice. Or you might choose to turn your attention to what your ears may hear. Now, if you're in your home, that might be the hum of any AC air conditioner or heat. If you're in a kitchen environment, there might be noise from a dishwasher or a fridge. If you're outside or by a window, maybe there's sounds of birds in your environment, and really honing in on the sounds that you can hear at this moment in time. And beginning to notice what you're noticing and meeting what you're noticing with wild curiosity, childlike curiosity, without judgment of what you hear. Then you can stay with that. Or if it's interesting for you to turn your attention to your nose, then perhaps beginning to explore any scent that may be in your environment. It could be the scent of food that may have been prepared, maybe candles or flowers, incense, clothes, body odor, anything that you may be smelling at this moment in time. And once again, noticing what you're noticing. And then maybe beginning to turn your attention to what you may feel. So the temperature in your environment. Is it warm? Is it cool? Is it just right? Now you're welcome to stay with any of that, your external environment, which is known as exteroceptive input. Or if you're ready to begin to explore your inner environment, you may begin to turn your attention inwards. And one way that you might begin to explore interoceptive information, so information that you can sense within yourself, you might begin to bring your awareness to where your body makes contact to the surface beneath you. So depending on if you're laying down, if you're standing, or if you're seated in the chair on the floor, different parts of your body might begin to have sensation here. Noticing what you're noticing. Parts of your feet might have heaviness or lightness underneath it. And exploring the different parts of your body, once again, that are connecting to any surfaces. Noticing where your glutes might connect. Now, if you're in a chair, then parts of your back might be connected to a surface or a backing, or depending on how you are sitting, maybe it's not. Noticing what it feels like as your hands are either on your body or on the chair or by your side. Exploring the different parts of your body that are connecting to a surface. Noticing what you're noticing here. Paying attention in a particular way is the definition of mindfulness. So paying attention here to where we're connecting to a surface is the way that we're showing up to mindful practice here. And in this space, another way that you could perhaps begin to pay attention to your inner experience might be to notice where you have breath. So as you inhale, perhaps turning your attention to your abdominal area to maybe feel that sensation of your in-breath. And then as you exhale, maybe turning your attention to your body on your out-breath as perhaps there's a contraction. So on your inhale, maybe feeling a sensation going through your abdominals. And then on your out-breath, your exhale, maybe feeling the collapse Now, depending on how you're breathing, your breath might move from your belly, through your lungs, through your diaphragm. And depending on how you're exhaling, your breath might be moving from your chest to your lungs, to your abdominals. So beginning to become aware of where your breath is passing. Notice where it lands. Explore and study that feeling and sensation. And then notice where it falls. Can you feel the rise and the fall of your own breath? Another possibility or a place that you could explore if it's interesting is that you might begin to explore counting internally how long your inhale is. And then maybe exploring the length of your exhale. There's different places that you could go as you begin to explore sensation with your body and exploring, learning how to pay attention in a particular way. All of this becomes extremely useful as some of the internal states that we explore are emotions. And when we begin to explore emotions using mindfulness, we're able to pay attention to the different signals and signs within our body that sometimes signify to us an emotion, especially when we're often sometimes unable to, let's say, label our emotions. By learning to pay attention to our particular way, we might feel heat, we might feel pulsing, we might feel constriction, contraction, tightness, all of these becoming a roadmap for us to maybe explore emotions. So though this short practice may seem not very fruitful in the sense that we're just exploring sensation within our body, know that it's a platform or a stepping stone to not only paying attention in a particular way, but maybe perhaps paying attention in a particular way to emotions. So continuing to explore where your body connects to the surface and continuing to explore the rise and the fall of your own breath. Now, it's scientifically proven that 3 rounds of breath can be extremely useful in calming our central nervous system. And in a time of uncertainty, chaos of sorts, ungrounding and instability, there is a chance that our central nervous system may be in fight-flight mode. So one way that you could explore perhaps calming our central nervous system could be through a varied count breath. And that varied count would be a shorter inhale and a longer exhale. So if it's interesting to you, taking in an inhale here that could be going through your nose for a count of 1, 2, 3, and taking your exhale for a count of 6, moving your breath slowly through your body for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, and an exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, and an exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then taking an inhale through your nose and an audible exhale through your mouth. A releasing breath might feel like a sigh. Inhale through your nose. An audible exhale through your mouth. And then from here, maybe exploring some affirmations. So affirmations are a very quick way that, once again, practical, because you could use these anywhere. Many people are losing their minds at this moment in time. Things are so unsteady and so unknown, and our norm is off balance. And what affirmations do is that they help us plant seeds for growth, seeds for transformation, and they're universal truths. Things like courage and love and compassion, kindness, grounding, safety. And so we say these words out loud, perhaps then internally, as a way to plant seeds and to change our brain. Most of us have the same thoughts over and over and over and over and over again. And the more that we can repeat these affirmations, those words then magnify and multiply into truths. So if you're comparing this, or let's say to a seed is planted, and then it sprouts, and then it grows, and then it multiplies. And so the same is true for affirmations. We're planting seeds of growth and change, and then over time, these seeds blossom and they manifest into flowers. From these flowers, perhaps it becomes fields of flowers, sprinkled in with all colors, and with these words of love and kindness, compassion, forgiveness, surrender, grace, becoming a way of life. At first, it may not feel comfortable or normal to say these words because our brain wants to resist. And we fight through it with love and kindness and continue to plant these seeds. And over time, once again, these become truth. So one way that I like to start with affirmations or intentions is to like pick a card, really. It's a deck of cards that have multiple words. And right before this series, Aram and I actually drew a card together, and the word that we drew was well-being. And so I would love to create some affirmations and some intentions using this word today, well-being. And so just off the bat, I am safe and secure in my well-being. I am safe and secure in my overall well-being. I am safe and secure in my overall well-being. I am safe and secure in my overall well-being. And so well-being is, when I think of that word, it automatically stems from me, my mental health, my spiritual health, my physical health, emotional health, psychological health, and social health. And so it prompts me to bring in all of these into affirmations as well. And one way that you could just simply do that could be to pick one of them. And so at this time when we're socially isolated, affirming out loud that I am able to take care of my social well-being. I'm able to take care of my physical well-being. I'm able to take care of my spiritual well-being. I'm able to take care of my mental well-being. I'm able to take care of my emotional well-being. And just to repeat these, and maybe one of those calls to you more over the other. And that's the one that you would continue to affirm over and over and over again. So intentions and affirmations are so powerful because they give us a place to focus our energy and almost hold us accountable and responsible for where we want to put our energy. So we have the choice right now to perhaps shift mindset from thoughts that might be spiraling or looping thoughts or anxiousness. Now, not to say that this is going to fix it overnight, but it's definitely a tool that could be used to help possibly shift the mindset. And there's nothing more powerful than bringing the power back to yourself. And these are really powerful tools. Beginning to become aware of your body and your sensation is so powerful. It's empowering to know, because from this place of noticing, from this place of bringing in intentions and affirmations, we learn that we have choice. And how many of us have spent our lives just in the same patterns, same habits, same conditioning from lifetime after lifetime, or from the way that we were modeled to be. So all of these are tools that shift us into our own power. And yeah, I hope that was useful and helpful. And you can always ground down once you have spent some time with affirmation, where you then take that word. So the word for today was well-being, and you actually bring it into your heart space, and you can recenter yourself the same way that you began, by beginning to notice where you're connecting. And take your inhale through your body. Notice where it lands, and when it lands, catch the word well-being at the top. And then let it go and let the word well-being pass all the way down past your feet. Bring it up, sweeping your breath with the word well-being, letting it come all the way up to the top. And then letting it go. Holding this as a ball of energy, moving through your own body. And using the breath of your own life. This is life force energy, your breath. Such an incredible tool and gift, truly. And embodying this word, because there's nothing to look for, nothing to seek. It lands right here at the top of your breath. Trust yourself that you can be in charge of your own well-being. And 15 seconds or so of silence, closing off my voice. And then if you're ready, letting your hands drop down, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, you can open your eyes. It's been such an honor sharing this space. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Priya. That was amazing. I just feel so relaxed. I feel like that's it. All the weight of the world is off my shoulders. So thank you for walking us through that. It's such a beautiful exercise. And I have a few questions just
Sure.
for those that have never gone through this exercise before. Is it okay for them to do it in a group as well versus alone? Are there any tips?
Oh, what a great question. Actually, honestly, so I have a women's group that we meet on the phone like weekly, and we set our intentions absolutely weekly, like on a Sunday night, because it holds us accountable. And also there's so much power of sharing what you are intending. If you think about it, for me, an intention is a desire. And so I feel like it gets magnified, multiplied when you're sharing it in a group. So yes, the more circles of people who are setting intentions, it's beneficial for all.
Okay, thank you. And what you walked us through, is that something that we can do with kids as well? With so many parents having kids at home, we're starting to get to know our kids just a little bit better than we thought we knew them. And what would you suggest if we did do this with kids? Is it better?
Sure. So think of activities that your kids are doing, right? I can guarantee you there's a meal that happens at least once or twice, 3 times a day. So if you think about it, when we are talking about mindfulness, I started with notice the colors, the shapes, the textures, the sizes. You could very easily incorporate that onto the dinner table, that before they take a bite, that they are having to take a look at what's on their plate, like really look at it, and then send a little bit of gratitude to wherever it came from. So let's say somebody cooked it in the home, thanking that person. Let's say it came from a restaurant, really acknowledging the work that went through, how it came to you, being mindful, paying attention to what is in front of you. And the easiest way that I've done this with children, I actually was a special ed teacher and taught in schools, and I do teach kids mindfulness and yoga now in Dallas. The very easiest way is during mealtime, because you know that's happening. Another way is with mindful walking, really having kids pay attention from, like, how many steps does it take you to get from one end to the other? That's paying attention in a particular way. Are your steps big? Are they short? Does it take 30 seconds to get there? What would it look like if you slowed down? Can you feel where your foot is? You know, when you walk, you hit here, here, here. Can you feel those different areas? And so those are really easy ways. Let's say you wanted to explore a practice similar to what we did. It wouldn't have to be 5 minutes. It could be as quick as one, where you're having them close their eyes and asking them to tell you what parts of their body can they feel on the chair. Or let's say they're holding something. What does that feel like when they're holding? Is it light? Is it heavy? Is it soft? So describing, describing words. So it could become not just a mindful activity, but all of these can become language and math while you're simultaneously teaching a little bit of presence.
I love that. I love that. Spoken like a true teacher as well. So thank you for those tips. Thank you for those tips. And let's see, I had one last follow-up question. Can you pull a card from your intention deck and give us a word so we can practice on the next word?
On the next word, sure. Right here, let's see it. Let's shuffle.
Okay, BPW and everyone else that's tuning in. This is the word. Priya has walked us through how to meditate, the mindfulness aspect. We know how to breathe through it. She's given us some ways to apply it. Now she's pulling our card. Go ahead.
Okay, you ready? I pulled this one. I shuffled. I took a peek. The word is respond.
Wow.
What a great word, because majority of us react. And so what a great opportunity to maybe spend this week setting the intention. I am able to respond versus react. That could be your affirmation. I am able to respond versus react. And so you'll have to do a little bit of diving within. What does responding look like for you? What does reacting look like for you? Really begin to question yourself, and then take that for the week.
That's amazing. Yeah, you are just, I can just talk to you for hours, Priya. You're just so calming. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for donating your time, for just putting together this beautiful platform of intention. I mean, you've walked us through everything, and I can't wait to experiment and implement it all on the kids and all of us together. And so thanks again for your time. And everyone, please comment on the link below. And if you do want to see more of Priya, or you want an intention deck of your own, we'll have that posted in the comments, because I definitely need my intention deck to keep me accountable, and a group of women that are going to hold me accountable, responsible, and amplify and cheer me on. So thank you again. This is well needed. But I got one final question. I forgot to ask you this. Do they teach this in school? Do they teach our kids how to be mindful?
Yeah, so mindfulness is actually, it's been a buzzword for some time. Mm-hmm. It's actually been in Europe now for some time, and it's making its way here into Dallas schools. Private schools, absolutely. It's something that they are 100% on board with. And public schools, too, they're starting to. I know Keller ISD is completely incorporating social emotional learning. You'll hear the words SEL a lot, social emotional learning, and that includes a lot of mindfulness practice. I have a friend named Veronica who is really doing some amazing volunteer work in DISD. So I know for a fact DISD is incorporating it and hoping to spread that wave. But it's really for them to be in touch with their emotions, coping skills, presence, and paying attention to themselves. All of that are tools to help us actually better, speaking of that word respond, better to respond to life as life shows up, because life is this up and down, up and down, up and down. And we have to be able to go with the up and down, up and down. And all of these tools are things that you can pull from. So yes, school districts are buying into it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for hitting that point. So parents, your kids might be practicing this already, and it might be something that's not on the agenda. So that's the other call out for you. If you do have children, or if there are kids in your presence, ask them, introduce this.
Let them be your teachers.
Yes, absolutely. So thanks again, Priya, and we'll see you on the next Learn Something New. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Bye.